Hi, it's Chris Grant Ray, Christian Transformational Life Coach. Hey, it's week 3 of the Rhythm of Your Life, day 1 of how God is faithful to you, or faithful in your life, I should say, not faithful to you specifically and only. And then today we're going to just kind of focus on how God is showing up in your life faithfully. So to me, I looked up the word faithful, so I encourage you to also look up the word faithful, but the word that stood out to me most is loyal. And then I was praying about it and asking God, so how have you been loyal to me versus me being loyal to you? And God highlighted some situations in my life, and the one that I want to talk about tonight is really when you're in the midst of something, right? Like that's usually when really people push in and like, God, I don't feel you doing anything. So I lost my job about 2 years ago now, and I got fired by a text message, and I was devastated. And I remember God telling me when I got that job, I'd work that job for 2 years and it would be great. It would lead to more, better things. And I felt like, wow, God, you said this is what you promised me, and I get fired. But the blessing that came wrapped around that in God's faithfulness is that I was not even unemployed for even 2 weeks before I got a new job, and I had a new way to provide for my family. And actually, I had more freedom to actually go to school and get training to be a coach and all these other things that actually opened a door for me. So God was faithful to me. And, you may not know this, but when I had my son, I felt like I was terrified. So I told God, if you could just help me with him, I will be faithful to you. I will build your house. I will devote my life to you 100%. And so that's what faithfulness for me and God look like is I continuously press in for his love, and then let him pour that into me, and through me I pour it into other people. And then God's faithfulness is that he builds my house as well, and he makes sure I don't go without. My son doesn't go without. My husband doesn't go without. So the scripture I have for you today is Isaiah 43, verse 16. I would ask you to write it down and try to meditate on it for at least 5 to 10 minutes throughout the day. Not consistently, but read it, walk away, meditate on it, pray about it, come back to it. And then I have a challenge for you. When in your life have you had an accomplishment that you know was totally only because of God? I want you to think about this, pray about it, ask God to reveal it to you if you don't know it off the top of your head. And then I'd like you to write about it for 15 minutes. Write about how you felt, how long it's been since you've had that, and how important it would be for you to have an experience like that again. Remember, we're all waiting for a miracle, but what are you doing in the waiting period? God is always faithful. He always does what he says, and sometimes we have to remind him. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Have a great one.